First of all, let's say that we do recognize the humanitarian impact of 189 people that lost their lives. It's more than just a stock market issue, and we're saddened today. But we think the worst case scenario is the stock continues to sell off as news comes out. If Boeing has some culpability here, if there is a known issue that they didn't correct, that's the worst case scenario. But we don't think that's where we are. We think the planes are going to be found to be safe. As your panel pointed out, and as Phil pointed out earlier, Southwest Airlines, United Airlines, American Airlines are all standing up for the plane today. The pilots union in the United States is very strong. We haven't heard a reaction from them saying they feel unsafe. We feel that Boeing will get to the heart of this issue. There will be a software patch, and that pilots do know how to override the system, or at least they should know how.
You know, it was interesting, Jim, in the notes that I got before your interview, you said the system is easy to override and pilots should know how to do it, as if it's so simple. Are you a pilot yourself? I mean, do you know exactly what it takes to override this system and how simple this would be?
I couldn't identify a single button on the aircraft, but that's not my job. My job is to evaluate the stock. The pilots are trained to do this. Boeing issued a directive after the Lion Air crash explaining again how to do it, and I'm sure that there will be a software patch to override this system at some point. But as of right now, I don't think U.S. airlines are worried that they don't know how to react if the plane thinks it's going to stall. There's a button I'm sure that they can push to override the system, and it's been pushed out to them by Boeing on how to do so.
Jim, people are pointing out that Boeing had an issue in 2013 with a Dreamliner that was complex. Those aircraft were grounded for a couple of months. 2013 was a great year for Boeing. It's been one of the best stocks since. Of course, that one didn't involve planes crashing and fatalities. The other thing is that Airbus shares weren't really rallying today. But I wonder if that points back to the fact that Airbus doesn't really have an option. In a way, you're forced to be with Boeing in this market, aren't you, if you're these airlines? So should we take into consideration when we're trying to figure out what's safe and what we're hearing from airlines or not hearing, that there is no real option? They're booked to the teeth, and so it's hard to be super conservative in this situation, isn't it?
Well, I think the first place you have to start is looking at Boeing's long-term track record of decades and decades of safety. Obviously, you never want to lose a single life in the air. We've had 2 plane crashes now in less than 1 year, which is unusual for this industry, and certainly that's something that needs to be looked into. But like you said, there's only 2 major airline makers. They're both pretty much sold out for the next 5-6 years. Boeing's slots are completely full, and I don't expect them to see major order cancellations here. So if you're looking at the investment thesis on the company, it's been safe. I believe that they will do something to correct this issue, and that the long-term fundamental outlook for demand for commercial aerospace is very strong. Boeing is obviously #1 in that industry.